It has been nearly a decade since we introduced you to Kaden Profili, a gifted 13-year-old roper from Jacksonville. Back then, he was sweeping the competition, winning thousands of dollars in prizes, scholarships, horse trailers, even taking home trophy trucks he couldn't legally drive. Well, Kaden is an adult now and ended his first year on the pro rodeo circuit by roping in a once-in-a-lifetime honor. Here's our special report, Hometown Healer.
We rope every single day out here. And it takes a lot of work to learn how to ride and rope and swing rope all at the same time.
Everything that we've ever worked for is kind of starting to pay off now. Would I ever thought I was going to be here today doing all this? No, probably not, but here we are.
Show why you're #1 right here.
Eight and a half years ago, we made our way to rural Cherokee County to meet the 13-year-old roper who was turning heads at regional rodeos by catching the heels of steers in the arena. Since then, that pint-sized roper has transformed into a towering gentle giant. But at his core, 22-year-old Kaden Profili is still just as grounded as the day we met. Bounded by 3 life principles: God comes first, be an honest hard worker, and family is everything. Born with a rope in his hands is how some described Kaden's natural ability to catch a steer. His skills calibrated by the work ethic of his pawpaw, who shared with us back in 2016 how he persuaded Kaden to become an early riser.
Losers get up at 10, winners get up at 7.
A teachable moment still referenced today.
I said, you just need to figure in life what you want to be.
Kaden deciding to be a winner, and his younger sister, one of his biggest cheerleaders, saying this during our chat on the hay bales 8 years ago.
Whenever he wins, it's fun.
Now she's almost tall as me.
And still just as supportive.
When he catches and he wins and stuff, we just get up and scream. It's so fun.
And forging her own path in the arena as the family's only barrel racer.
I've always wanted to run barrels, and just being able to do it with my brothers and rodeo with them is a lot of fun.
Truly a family endeavor. Throughout Kaden's teenage years, he was consistently roping in big cash prizes. His parents sharing their prediction with us in 2016 that Kaden's passion in the arena would eventually lead him to college and a good life.
In the end, I mean, you keep your kids off the street. They're going to go to college doing this as a rodeo. They're probably going to get a full ride scholarship.
And he was right.
I got a full ride to Trinity Valley for the 3 years I went there, and then I transferred over to A&M Commerce, and I got a full ride there as well.
As Kaden roped his way through college, he also gained enough experience and confidence to begin the next chapter of his rodeo roping journey. No longer a boy driving around eye level with the dashboard in one of the 3 trophy trucks he won by age 13, now an adult. Kaden loaded up his new truck and trailer last summer and set out on a solo adventure, his maiden voyage into the world of professional rodeo, his departure creating a monumental shift on the family's Cherokee County ranch.
I sat in the driveway and cried. And I said, okay, you've got to get yourself together. The hardest part was letting go.
For Dad,
I mean, it's hard to let go, but I mean, they got to go do their thing.
and for Pawpaw,
Our biggest fear was send a good kid off and get a bad kid back, you know.
but Kaden's biggest fear, the laundry.
I don't ever wash my clothes or nothing like that, so I got to learn how to do all that stuff, clean clothes and put it all up.
And how to make sweet tea.
He did call me for help. Now, how much sugar do I put in it? And how many tea bags?
On the road, Kaden met up with his roping partner, Ty Arnold. Their first year competing in the PRCA circuit and setting only one goal.
You have one chance your entire pro rodeo career to win the rookie title, and this is what you're going to do.
For months, the duo traveled across North America. With every victory,
They are 2 titans from the Lone Star State of Texas. Ty Arnold
Profili.
Came a rise in the ranks with every defeat, growth, and motivation.
It's either your time to win or not. I mean, you just got to keep going on about your business and doing your thing.
Kaden's family joined him a few weeks along his summer adventure, even turning their trip to the College National Finals in Casper, Wyoming into a family vacation.
We go rent a boat and we get the kids jet skis because the boat don't go fast enough for them.
And a full circle moment for Dad, who often joins his sons in the arena, not in the stands, but on horseback too.
I used to rodeo when I was younger, but I wasn't as blessed back then as I am now. And it's just good to see that I can bless my kids with what I didn't have.
Those blessings following Kaden as he traveled the circuit all summer long, gaining professional experience and personal wisdom.
I mean, that's the most important part, really. It's learning how to kind of grow up for myself.
Chasing his dream deep into summer, Kaden could see the Rookie of the Year title in sight. With every passing rodeo, his family anxiously watched and waited from home.
The Cowboy Channel airs a lot of the rodeos, so we were able to watch most of them. The ones that weren't, you know, we were like, okay, who's going to be there? Who can video?
By the end of the pro rodeo season in September,
it was stressful for all of us because it literally came down to the last few rodeos.
Goal accomplished. Kaden had secured his spot at the top of the rookie healers list. A surreal moment for the roper from Jacksonville.
I don't even have the words to describe like how awesome it is to be the Rookie of the Year.
And his mother.
It's emotional. It's exciting. He's just worked so hard, and for him to get to this point, and it's just dreams coming true.
A dream that carried into December, the entire family making their way to Las Vegas to be there in person.
It's unbelievable. It's an honor. Words can't describe it.
For Kaden's big moment of recognition in the spotlight.
On the healer side of the team roping, it is Kaden Profili.
From top to bottom, the whole arena is packed in there every night. It's crazy.
Going home with a belt buckle, a new saddle, and most importantly, a sense of accomplishment he holds humbly in his heart, only speaking about it when asked.
He's not a showboat. He's not a boaster.
I'm not going to do people like that. It's just not who I am. It's not how I was raised.
If you're this tall or you're that tall, he's your friend.
Kaden's young age also making him a relatable role model. He emphasizes how you live your life outside the arena is just as important.
There's so much crazy stuff going on in this world now. Like, I just feel like you can get off on the wrong track so fast, but just stay focused and keep doing what you want to do.
Kaden says he's most thankful for
my family, because without them, none of this would be possible.
And feeling the support of his family, he's already laid out his next goal.
Hopefully getting to Vegas and make the finals, get to rope there. I mean, that's just something I've always dreamed of doing.
Even when he was 13.
This is the biggest place where all the pros are at. There's a lot of money that you can win that.
But more valuable than money.
Goals are being accomplished, and so I guess that's what makes it all worth it. The stress, the tears, just everything.
A family passion that truly is priceless.
With the love that they have for the sport, I don't think it'll ever stop, and I just want to be there along the way.
In June, Kaden once again hit the road for a summer of rodeo roping, kicking off his trip with another appearance in the College National Finals Rodeo and landing his newest title.
And they are your newest national champions.
Then quickly switching gears from college rodeo to the PRCA circuit. Kaden paves his path with gratitude.
I mean, every day and night, like I like to pray and get right and stay right with the Lord.
On a horse named Grace, chasing down his new goal to make it to Vegas, while his end goal.
I mean, I'm probably gonna do this until I'm not here no more. Like, I want to do this forever.
Remains at home in East Texas. And Kaden's 2024 summer rodeo season has been a great one so far. He's only in his second year as a professional team roper, and he currently ranks 10th in the PRCA World Standings. The regular rodeo season ends September 30th. If you'd like to keep up with Kaden as he ropes his way through the circuit, you can follow his PRCA profile through a link we've posted on KETK.com. In studio, Casey Koviak, KETK News.